Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. Good morning, Brittany. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are brand new here, and I think you are, if you would follow and like Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, I would greatly appreciate it. And then if you would ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Ann Corbiere-Scott, that is just the greatest place, I'm telling you. Everyone is kind and generous and creative. So what could be wrong with that? Nothing, I say. So today we are going to continue painting on our Joyce McCoy art printable. And those are all of my art printables and my artsy classes are available for purchase on Corbiere-Scott-Designs.com. So this is what we're going to paint today. I'm going to use my Schmenke paints. I'm thinking brights today. That's what I'm feeling, bright colors. Good morning, Tam. How are you? I wanted to talk a little bit about brushes this morning. I am not a brush snob. I'm not a paint snob. I just like creating every day of my life. But I will tell you a couple things that I have learned about brushes. Now you'll notice that I have some kind of higher end brushes here and like mid-range brushes and then cheapity cheap. I have some nice ones, but they're bigger, and so I don't use those as often. But anyway, for me, I want it to have a nice snap. That's kind of a term in the world of paintbrushes. So this is snap. So some have a snap that's, see this one, it's not as snappy, right? And if you'll notice, this is a number 4 and this is a number 4. Do you see the difference? So this one is older, certainly, but do you see how, just look at the bristles, and you're gonna, as you paint, you'll find out what kind of works for you better. I prefer them to be more together and snappier. Good morning, Keely. But just know, like when you're shopping for brushes, you'll have a little something to look for. So you see, here's a number 1, and it's the same. The bristles are held in the same way. This is Polar Flow, crappity crap brush, right? But the bristles are the same way that I like them. You'll find out what you like. And this is Plaid, another not great brush, but the bristles are the same. And as you paint, you'll start to get a feel for like what feels best for you. So anyway, that's just a little brush info this morning. I'm going to wet my paints one more time so that everything's nice and activated. Man, I'm just going to start painting and chatting. Alexa, off. Sorry. She was a little loud this morning. This lime green, look at this. Alexa, off. Sorry. Did I turn off Alexa or turn her on at your house? Sorry about that. So I'm just going to start with my watery wash and tell you about my trip to California. It was lovely. The weather was so nice. It was like 70 degrees. And that was fabulous because it is hot as Hades here still. I think I'm going to use that thinner brush, like the number 1 connoisseur, and I'm going to go over this little curly Q. Kind of digging that. So it was like 70 degrees. And it was lovely. But it's so humid there. It wreaks havoc on my hair. It was enormous. I was talking to my sister this morning and I told her it was like a mulberry bush. My hair was so big. Okay, let's see. Feeling some nice, I don't know. I have some different, I really like this magenta, but I really like this permanent carmine too. And scarlet. I'm kind of loving all of those brights. These were the first ones I bought. Can you tell? Oh, but I love that olive green yellowish. So pretty. So let's go with... this seems like a nice rose red, doesn't it? So anyway, it was lovely weather, and I think I talked about in my class on Sunday, my friend Monica and I got together. I posted a picture of her on my social media this morning, Monica. She is just she's just a lovely artist, but she's also just the loveliest person. And she and I have been friends for like forever. And have lots of the same kind of interests, and oh, we just have ourselves a time together. Good morning, Kath. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Happy to see you back. Let's try some orange. Add a little water to that. Get a little bit washy. Let's do this one orange. Anyway, we went out to lunch and I had the best salad. I showed everybody all the ingredients in Sunday's class. It was mixed greens and romaine, green apple, like a Granny Smith, cut in matchsticks, and caramelized walnuts. I mean, how can you go wrong with that, right? And then gorgonzola cheese and an apple cider vinaigrette. It was so good. It was so good. Okay, I'm digging that. This one just always seems yellow to me, like it should be yellow. I'm gonna pull some of that yellow over here. And I prefer this cadmium yellow deep to the cadmium yellow lemon. But I know there's a time and a place for everything, right? Hi, Anne. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are painting our Joyce McCoy art printable today. All of my art always comes with artwork for 3 cards, right? So, good morning, Jan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So there's usually a slimline, an A2, and an independent piece of art. Sometimes I do a coverall where I do the entire sheet. Sometimes I do this and this, the slimline and the A2 connected, so there's like wall-to-wall art. Just like to change it up for myself. But anyway, this time it's in my traditional Hello Flower series where it's a slimline, an A2, and an independent piece of art. So card making is very easy with these because we just paint and then die cut or just cut it out, whatever you choose. And then I usually always include at least 2 sentiments. This time I chose 3 because I was just on a roll. No particular reason. Just was. Okay, everybody, make sure you have a nice drink so that, you know, you stay hydrated. That's super important. That's for sure. I feel like maybe these guys should be blue and purple or, I don't know. Because we kind of have a lot of other colors going on there. It's so interesting. This paint is so, it's so nice. It's just so nice. It's, the nicer the paint, the more, what do I want to say? The more intense and saturated your colors are. So even when I add lots of water, look, I'm not getting much of a watery wash. I'm getting a really nice coverage. And you'll notice that I like to leave just a little bit of white peeking through. I just like that, gives it that real painterly vibe. And lots of nice visual interests, I think. Oh, one more little guy right there. So let's see. I have, I need to do something on the outside of this orange, and I need to do something on the inside of these little berry kind of flowers. So I am using my Schminky paints today. They are from Germany. So they are Hordam. These are the ones that I treated myself when I was in England. You can buy them online, certainly, but they're so lovely. They're so lovely. Anyway, and I just bought, so I bought them individual pans. I kind of knew what I wanted, and so I bought these during the first trip, and then the tin I bought once we got back to the States, because remember I was traveling, and this was heavy in my purse, or in my luggage. The tin is heavy. So, you know, I knew I could get this back here. So, and then these are ones that I bought online, and I'm trying to think of the name of the art store that I bought them from. It was in the beginning of the COVID, and so everything was online, right? There was no way to go any place. And so I went to, it was an art store, I think maybe it was from overseas. I'll have to look it up. Anyway, so while I'm waiting for that to dry, let's go paint something else. Let's do these brushes, earlier keels, that you're going to find what brushes work best for you. So here are the brushes I just pulled today. This is a number 4, and this is a number 4. And do you see the difference? This one is old, certainly. Well, here we go. Here's another number 4. Okay, look at, these are a few inches to the left. There we go. Better? Is that better? There we go. Okay, so this is a silver black velvet, which I think is a very nice brush. And then this is a connoisseur, and here's a low Cornell. So you'll see that the silver black velvet has the same kind of bristles as the low Cornell. See how you can see it's starting to fuzz a little bit because some of these are shorter. The connoisseur, I like a tighter bristle set like that. And so it's all up to personal preference, right? I think anything that you create with, it's personal preference. It's what works well for you and your pocketbook, right? So, so silver black velvet are probably the nicest brushes that I use, and they're maybe $7 a piece, maybe. I'm, like I said, I'm not a brush snob. I'm not a paint snob. I like to try new things, and these are lovely. But you know, tomorrow I could paint with Crayolas and be, I mean, these are lovely. Don't get me wrong. But I could go back to my Primas tomorrow or this afternoon. You never know, right? Anyway, I just wanted to really... So when you're shopping for brushes, buy an inexpensive set that... well, these I've been using with acrylics, but like these were very inexpensive. Royal and Langnickel. But these have a really tight bristle set. See that? They're super tight. So nice snap. This one is a black silver. It's okay, but see, I don't think it has a very good snap. It's just okay. But this was a very inexpensive brush. It was maybe $4. Anyway, just think about... See, and so here's a 4 that I've had for a long time. And it's still held its shape pretty well. So think about that when you're shopping for brushes. Like if you know, if you go to an art store or a Michael's or any place like that that sells art supplies in the fine art department, just kind of take a little field trip and look at the different kinds of, like, pick a size, like a number 4. That's a pretty standardy size, right? If you pick a number 4 and you look at all the different number 4s, they will be slightly different, and you'll feel the difference as you're painting. And if they're inexpensive, maybe buy 2 different ones and see what you like. Okay, so let's start painting this one. I painted on Sunday, and I painted with a whole series of blues and greens and purples. So I'm kind of feeling that for this set right here. So let's do a purple rose. Look how pretty that is. Hey, Lynn, how are you? Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're well. Hope all is well in your neck of the woods. So let's see what else. Oh, so I think I broke my toe while we were in California. My mother-in-law's curb in front of her house is super, super high, and Monica was dropping me off, and she was a little bit close to the curb, and so I was trying to not ding her door and kind of scooch out. Oh, so stupid. And I should have just walked up the road and up the driveway, but no, I tried to climb that steep curb in a squished area. So ridiculous. Nope, I get you. Nope, Tammy, the snap makes a difference. The snap makes a difference. Anyway, so I kind of, as I was getting out, I kind of like fell forward, and my flip-flop caught on the edge of that curb. So dumb, so dumb. So anyway, yes, now I have a big purple foot or toe, and it's kind of curbed my walking. I had another lovely day, a lovely art day with Joni and Carm yesterday, and we made a new art journal. Let me know if that's something that maybe you might want to do in the future. Probably in Inspire Your Heart with Art, we might be able to make an art journal in that class, and then, you know, fill it up with artsy fun. That's the class that I think it would fit probably the best in. So I'm going to paint something with this brush, the one that's fanned out the most, so you can kind of see the difference. So let's try that yummy yellow again. Add some more water to it. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. I mean, I'll paint with anything. Please, I'll paint with my finger. It doesn't matter, but I prefer a snappier brush. There we go. Look how pretty that is. And you do get a nice coverage. Like, it's not taking me much at all to cover that entire flower. Let's see, what else do I have to tell you? I told you about my yummy salad. I told you about my broken toe. Let me show you my new art journal. So, this is the art journal that we made yesterday. Let me pull out all of my dividers. Okay, so we're taking a class, and we started to make these art journals, and so I am using really nice Fabriano watercolor paper. And then look at these papers. Years and years and years ago, somebody who worked for Jeff had gone to Korea and brought me three pieces of handmade paper from Korea. And I have never done anything with them because I was intimidated, because I was just being too precious with it. You know what I mean? And so yesterday I was like, you know what? This is ridiculous. I'm just going to put it in this art journal. And then I have this paper, and this is the craziest paper. This paper is from Sherwin-Williams. Yes, the paint store. This is the paper that the painters use to like tape off areas, because well, they use it for taping off rooms. I bought it because it was like $2 for a roll of it, and I could buy a green roll and a craft colored roll. And my original, I started to make some paper flowers out of it, but then I was like, oh, it's perfect. So here's some more of that handmade paper, more watercolor paper. There's the craft painter's paper. And I just covered mine with clear gesso, so then I can do whatever I want on top of it. And now some more watercolor paper, and wait until you see this one. So this one's my favorite, I think. Look, this is, oh, look, it's stuck. I'll show you this side. I won't bore you with me trying to undo that. There we go. Look, isn't that beautiful? So because I've covered it with clear gesso, I can paint on top of this, I can watercolor on top of this, whatever, and this is all gonna show through because I've put like a barrier, right? Clear gesso is like a barrier. So I can hardly wait to make more art. Oh, so exciting. And it's tied with a very simple, it's bound with a very simple bookbinding method, right? And who knows what we're going to fill that up with. So we didn't do any painting yesterday, which is kind of unusual for us. But did you, Keely? Oh my gosh. Papers for 10 or 15 years. That's ridiculous. So anyway. Everybody take a drink. So we just cut them up yesterday and are so happy. And now I still don't know exactly what I want to do. The Korean text, I'm really feeling like I want to watercolor on top of that. I just feel like the watercolor on top of that beautiful black and white is going to be gorgeous. The floral ones, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do just yet. Okay, I'm adding my second coat. Let's go a little bit of green. Go back over this one. This is turning out so bright and cheerful, isn't it? I'm really digging that. And I see it, like I kind of envision it on the back, mounted on a piece of white embossed something. I'm not sure exactly what yet, but it'll come to me. Deepen this just a little bit, like just bits and pieces. I'm not going to fill the entire thing. Perfect. Let's try that orange. Do some more filling with that. And I don't know that I'm going to shade this time. I'm feeling like maybe I'll just do some solid color. I don't know. A little bit more of a graphic feel. That might be fun. Okay, now let's see. So did anyone watch football last night? We are a football house, so we certainly did. It was a good game. That's for sure. Okay, I think I'm gonna let those dry, and then I'm gonna do my second coat on these. There we go. Well, we are not Green Bay Packers fans. As you can imagine in this house, I am a Michigander. So I wanted I certainly wanted Detroit to win. But I will just tell you, you know what's so crazy? Because my family is from the Lower Peninsula and the Upper Peninsula, we're kind of divided. Some are Green Bay fans, some are... Oh, whatever. Whatever, Jan. Oh, that's right. He is the Seahawks fan. I do remember that now, Tam. I do remember that. That's so funny. You know, we were just, after our whirlwind trip to California, we were just ready for just an easy evening at home. And I had just had my artsy day with Joni and Carm, so you know what? I was good to go. I have this little lap table that I can pop up and just draw and watch football, and then we watch Animal Kingdom because it's filmed in Oceanside where my mother-in-law lives. So I'm telling you, I think we like that show, but we also, I mean, it's a pretty violent show, which isn't usually my jam, but we watch it so we can see stuff that we know. Good morning, Sue. How are you today? So nice to see you. So nice to see you. I'm feeling like maybe purple in the center of these little doodads, but I was kind of feeling like maybe purple on the outside of this orange. Or maybe a deeper blue. That might be pretty with the orange. I don't know. So I haven't watched CBS Sunday Morning yet, but I did hear parts of it. I heard about Anderson Cooper's new book, which sounds really interesting. And I mean, what a crazy life he's led, and he seems to be so calm. don't you think? And level-headed, despite all the crazy. And I did hear about, I did watch Steve Hartman because, you know, I'm just in love with his storytelling, where he talked about the football team who had the worst football field. It was just fascinating. So he, I think the coach did a Kickstarter maybe for, or a GoFundMe or something like that to raise enough money to get, a better football field for those boys. And oh my gosh, it was amazing. And now their football field is, I shouldn't say just boys, but, you know, boys and girls. So I saw a picture of it, Chris. I saw a picture of it, Keely, but I haven't seen the story, but I will tell you my Christo story. When we were getting married 150 years ago, not really, 1991. But anyway, we lived in San Francisco and we were driving south to my mother-in-law's house in Oceanside and then to Arizona. And as we were driving south, that's when he did his big art installation that was all big, giant yellow umbrellas. And they were all down the California coast and out into the ocean and in the desert. And oh my gosh, it was something to see. So I'm anxious to hear about his newest something that he's got going on. This purple is pretty, isn't it? It is lovely. Oh, did they, Keely? So did they show the yellow umbrellas? I just remember that was just amazing. Amazing. Our family football team has made my mom love football because she's so competitive. That's so funny. That's so funny, Tam. I love that. I love that. I can see your mom. I can see that she might be a little competitive. Yes. That's so funny. Maybe I want to do some of these different reds over here. So let's see. What else can we chat about this morning? Let's see. I'm trying to think on the way there, on the way. Oh, Tam, you're funny. We went out to dinner at a place right on the ocean. That was lovely. It was, I think it was called The Lighthouse, actually, right on the pier in the harbor of Oceanside. And it was, I had pan-fried chicken with a creamy mushroom sauce. I mean, please, how can you go wrong with that? And wasabi and something. Wasabi and pecan, maybe? Mashed potatoes. And I thought they were going to be really spicy, but they were not at all. They were just delicious. And I was kind of craving mashed potatoes. I mean, we really kind of only have mashed potatoes around here, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas. Just not, we don't have that kind of stuff around here so much anymore. But, so it satisfied my mashed potato craving, that's for sure. But that salad was so good. Oh, Tam, remember, so I was just talking to my sister this morning about, horseradish. Oh, that sounds interesting in mashed potatoes. Interesting. Tam, my sister and I were just talking. She and my cousin and her whole family went out to dinner the other night. And my nephew got a hamburger with peanut butter and jelly on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, my friend Tammy had a sandwich. Wasn't it a hamburger that had peanut butter on it? that you got at that 48 grill or 48 something or other? Yes, I thought so. And he said he loved it. So that's, I was like, oh, my friend Tammy had something like that. State 48. I knew it was something like that. And wasn't it peanut butter on your hamburger? Well, now I'm going to have to go try that. Because now I'm all interested, you know. We had Chipotle for dinner last night, which is good, but it's no hamburger with peanut butter. Oh, really? It's popular at like different restaurants in Minnesota. Interesting. Keely, have you ever had a hamburger with peanut butter on it? I have not, but now I'm thinking about it. Let's do a little bit more orangey. Kind of thinking right here. Yeah, it does sound intriguing, doesn't it? Yeah, and I wonder if Matt and Taylor have tried it. I just thought it sounded interesting too. I remember when, Tammy, didn't you order it when Lucinda and you and I went to lunch? It seems. Although, I don't know, that was a long time ago. So let's see, what else can we talk about? We have a big artsy weekend coming up. We have Bible journaling. We have Let's Get Artsy with Our Bibles on Saturday, where we are going to be painting figs. And we have Inspire Your Heart with Art journaling on Sunday, and that is we are doing CBS Sunday Morning Suns. So, you know, there's the sky is the limit of possibilities for these suns, you know. I'm just so anxious to paint them with everybody. I think it'll be a blast. I was going to ask you a question. What are your thoughts on me pre-recording a class instead of doing it live? I haven't done it yet. I'm just thinking about it. So, yeah, that's so funny. Somebody just told me that they had a fig tree. Who just told me they had a fig tree? Darn it, who just told me that? Ugh, isn't that the worst? You know, I talked to like 5 people besides you guys. Who just said they had a fig tree? Oh, I bet that fig was beautiful. I'm not a huge fig fan, like to eat them, but they sure are pretty. They were fun to paint. That's for sure. So give me your thoughts on, or ponder it, and let me know your thoughts on a pre-recorded class versus a... Wally has figs. Really? Ooh, nice. That's cool. Do they like figs, Aunt Mer? Maybe it was Carmen said that they have a fig tree. Now I don't know. And now I'm just guessing, and I could just be making it up. You got to be careful with me in that way. It could kind of just, you know, it could be based on anything. My imagination, anything. Okay, let's try this. I think this one is magenta. I thought that might be pretty for this flower. Look at that. Could you be prettier? Really, I wonder if there's some trick to making figs ripen. No, I'm just, you know, I was just playing with the idea in my head. I like the conversation back and forth. I'm just, you know, if something came up that I couldn't be here, but I could still, you know, we could still make art, and then we would still be able to converse in the group and all that jazz. I was just curious what people's thoughts were. Oh, is this, that's in, yeah, the season maybe. But I'm wondering if there's a way that, like, if you brought it in the house and you put it in the window, like a tomato, or, do you know what I mean? I'm wondering if there's something like that that you can do. Who knows? To do some leaves. The ocean, I'm telling you, so we drive down the Strand, you know, whenever we're there, and the ocean, the waves were crashing so hard that they were coming up over the rock embankment and like splashing into the car. It was crazy. Crazy. It's 6 foot tall. Oh. Well, that might be a dilemma. Everybody take a drink. Oops. Uh-oh. Let's see. What do you think about this? Something kind of reddish. Maybe this red. If we do this part red, look, that red is so beautiful. It's just so bright and beautiful. I just love it. Hey, Carol, how are you? So this is my third coat of red on here. I just love it. Nice and bright. Red is my favorite color. Don't you even worry about it, Carol. You're here. You're here. I think I'm going to take that purple and do it in the center of these little berries. Hey, Aunt Mer, I saw there's a Michigan nail polish company, and I was wondering if Kristen has it for sale in her shop. And I think it's like Michigan nail or something like that. Like it's oh, take advantage of all that time that you can talk to your long-winded brother. I had a long-winded brother too, and I can't talk to him anymore because he's in heaven. It's a one-sided conversation now. So talk to him as much as you can. That's for sure. I miss him every day. Do I? See, I think I'm kind of shaky here too. Are you at home or are you out and about, Aunt Mer? See, I think Facebook is, I don't know. I don't know if it's because everybody's using it. I don't know. Keely, am I cutting out on you? See, now I keep getting live video interrupted, live video interrupted. Is anybody else getting that on their screen? I don't know how to rectify that. I don't. I think I want to add some more green on this leaf down here. Yeah, I don't know why that keeps happening. Does anybody have an idea? Like, I just don't know why it happens and what the solution is. If anyone knows, please let me know. I don't know, but I'm willing to try to fix it. Yeah, I know. So I blamed it on Jeff being on the internet, you know, what at the same time as me. But that's not true either, because you know what? It happened at Eileen's house when I was the only one home. I was the only one using the internet. It happened here when Jeff was gone. So I don't know if it's just a phenomenon that just kind of keeps happening because, like I said, we're all using the internet. I don't know. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. But I love talking to you all, that's for sure. Because even though lots of people feel like the pandemic is over, I'm not so much. I'm still staying pretty close to home. I mean, I'll travel little bits, but I don't go out and about half as much as I used to. That's for sure. That pink is so pretty. It's not over. It's not. That's for sure. I mean, I do still go out little bits, but it's like a treat for me to go to Target and just wander around a little bit, just because I got to get out of this house at some point. I think I'm going to do that same. It's not, no, it's not. It's not. I want to do that same, paint these little curly cues green. I'm just kind of digging that. And there, I got a little bit of a stem right there. There we go. One more. Perfect. All right. Yeah, I know. It's still, you know, and driving to California was kind of interesting. Like, some places required masks and some places did not. Some places people had masks on, some places people did not. Some places were like kind of half and half. You just never know, you know? You just never know. Let's see. And like I said, when we went out to eat, Monica and I went out to eat, but that place was kind of crowded, but we sat kind of away from people. And then when we went out to eat Saturday night, Jeff and Eileen and I, we were outside. So that made a difference too. I still don't know what I want to do for that outside of that orange. I haven't decided. Like, maybe I will just add a little bit of this orange to that yellow. That might be pretty, and kind of mix my own. That's kind of pretty, isn't it? Shut it. Look at that. That's pretty. I mean, that's the beauty, isn't it, of watercolors? Well, and acrylics too, but I will just tell you, it's just the power of mixing colors that opens up all the possibilities. All the possibilities. You can make whatever colors you want. And it's deeper than this yellow. I'm really digging that. Ooh, I'm anxious to see what you do with that Carmen poinsettia. I keep scooting over, don't I, Keely? I don't even realize I'm doing it. So there's this farm that we stop at on the way home from California, and we buy eggs. Oh my gosh, their eggs are so good. I will say I will eat any eggs mostly, but farm eggs are just, I love that the yolk is a bright, almost yellow, almost orangey yellow. I love that they're big. I love that they're, they're so good. And they're $2 a dozen. $2 for a dozen of the biggest, best eggs. So I brought a dozen back for Carmen and Joni. We always have like a little lunchy thing, you know, when we get together. And yesterday I brought eggs for both of them. But I also brought, have you ever eaten candy corn with dry roasted peanuts? Do you remember, Keely, that Sherry made that for us? Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. It's so delicious. It tastes, and I don't love candy corn, but when you mix it with dry roasted peanuts, it tastes like a payday candy bar. It's so good. Luckily, I left it at Joni's house. I was like, I have eaten my fill of that, and now it's for you to enjoy. Because you know what? That was a dangerous thing to have in the car on a 6-hour car ride. That's for sure. That's for sure. I don't know where I want to go yet. With these doodads, and with these, and with what color I want to do the centers there. You like it all by itself, Keely? I'm not a huge candy corn person. And I'm just going to tell you, you know what's weird? When I went to Target, I think I got the last bag of candy corn on the shelf. Weird. But I knew I wanted to make that snack, and I knew I wanted to take it to Joni's house, because then she could eat the rest of it. Like, sometimes you just want a taste of something, right? You don't want the whole thing. Anyway, maybe I need to go on this side of the palette and pick something different for these little berry kind of flowers. That ultramarine. You know, I was slightly in love with that yesterday. Or, yeah, Sunday. Look at that. That's awfully pretty, isn't it? So what if we do that? We could do the outside of these ultramarine. So look at that, totally looks like a blueberry. Kind of digging that. Digging that, digging that, digging that. This is quite watery, so it's going to take a couple coats because I want it to be nice and bright and beautiful like the others. like nice big solid colors. I usually do so much shading. It's kind of fun to just do solid blocks of color every now and again. 4 minutes? Yikes. Hey Maureen, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. See, this isn't drying as evenly. I don't feel like. Maybe I just it needs more solid coats. That's what I'm thinking. And I need to think of something to do on the outside of that red flower. I mean, these are all funky pretend flowers anyway, so it can be whatever I want. I could do, you know what? I could do that bright lemon yellow. That might be pretty. Look at this. That's so different. Look at the difference between this bright lemon yellow and that yellow deep, cadmium yellow deep. Kind of liking that, because it's just different, isn't it? It's very different than the other yellow. And sometimes we have to push ourselves just outside of the candy pumpkins, whatever, Jan, you know those are candy corn in disguise. That's what I say. Any of that fall mix that looks like, that has brown in it, that's still candy corn. Whatever. That purple, I need some more. Like I'm feeling like I need to. Last week I brought Pepperidge Farm, those pumpkin spice Milanos. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, they're so good. They're so good. Oh, Carmen always brings something good, like good, healthy for us. Like she makes us chicken enchiladas or refried beans. But her refried beans, oh my gosh, you guys. So delicious. Like with a ham hock in it, so it's, oh, so good. And I bring things like candy corn and dry roasted peanuts. Or pumpkin spice Milano cookies. They're so good. They're so good. I don't know what I want to do on the outside of this this flower, or the outside of this leaf, or the centers of these little doodads. Not sure just yet. But it's kind of fun to paint them in a different way today, you know? So on Thursday, let's try, and I'm saying let's, like, to me, to do some card assembly, because now I have, it's stacking up all of the finished art again, and I have correspondence that I need to do, so I need to make some cards. And I saw that, what is today? Well, this week is Send a Smile week, maybe, or something like that. And then today is National, no, I'm not remembering, but it's a National something something day. You know, there's always always some kind of a day, isn't there? World Smile Day is Friday. today is International Day of Peace. That's a nice thing to celebrate. Whatever, Jan and Keely. Whatever, Jan and Keely. Yes, I do remember. I know, I really wanted to do something, some kind of, look for it in my social media, because I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. Would you please? They're lovely. They're lovely. And I know all the words to all their songs, as I bet do you and Keely and whoever else. I'm sure there's bunches of you that know Earth, Wind, and Fire. I know they're so good. That's for sure. That's for sure. Well, it looks like it's time for me to sign off. I adore you all. Thank you so much for just hanging with me. Just hanging with me and painting and chatting about candy corn and Earth, Wind, and Fire and whatever else we blabbed about today. I know. When you get a song in your head like that, you can't stop. You can't stop. I adore you all. Thank you so much for hanging with me. So let's do some, like I said, let's try to do some card finishing on Thursday. We'll do a little bit of painting, but I'll try and gather and prep a little bit so that we can do some card finishing. And if you have some ideas for things that you are wishing I would draw, or products you want to see me use on my art printables, let me know. Let me know. I'm open to suggestion. I adore you all. Have an amazing Tuesday. Bye, everyone.